That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
What the fuck?
Certainly a more profitable program than the
I would assume that the head office tower is where I need to be.
A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's Darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Auntie Cleo's Darlings. I cleaved Spacers Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that moon man's grinning face, I want to cleave it.
I've just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister. Alden tells me you've agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand. A collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in.
I had some questions. Well, let me see if it just gives me the thing. I'll talk to you later. No.
Remember what we discussed and act equitably.
Welcome to Head Office Tower. Again.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little mantiwas. Well,
Are these the people that told me to get rid of the strike?
That's how it went.
Think so, yeah. It went well. I negotiated a resolution and the workers are back in the factory.
a satisfactory effort, my ameliorator.
Wow.
I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
It was the best possible result. Nobody's happy, but everybody's satisfied.
Well, I suppose I can't argue with the truth of that.
Anything else you'd like to report?
No, that's all. What's my next assignment?
Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered. And it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
Can you cut to the part where you tell me about the job?
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important. Fine. Auntie and I agree.
All
it
the
presents
items I already picked up, you mean? I've already retrieved all that, actually.
Oh, do tell. I hope you gathered supplemental materials and recruited the scientist as well.
Recruited the scientist? I got everything you wanted, just don't ask about that scientist.
Oh, all right.
I, for one, care little for the completion of stretch goals. You managed to avoid being mentally refreshed. That demonstrates considerable pluck and fortitude.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results.
It was designed to increase tractability and stifle undue agitation and inclinations.
Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
How truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They could barely even be considered consumers at all.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable?
Next, we have Reginald Oswald in proprietary insight acquisition. Demoted
They had a method of pairing propaganda with the suggestibility drug to boost retention.
That's certainly interesting. Intriguing, even. What else?
The drug enhancement suggestibility, but its effects are temporary, so regular dosing is key.
Oh, good to know, good to know.
That's all I found.
Excellent. Well, here's your reward, along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right, for your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo.
Oh, yay! I get to talk to
So
Auntie
your
Cleo.
preliminary chores are complete. Oh, finally, a contractor with a little backbone. Normally, they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization?
Your take on corporatism has more pros than it forbears.
It's true, the old corporations cared little for the individual, whereas I'd like to see each and every one of our employees rise from the refuse heap, like I did. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. I received a most curious transmission from Ruth Bassar, presiding bishop of the order, proposing we discuss the prospect of our groups working together. She stated this was your idea.
Whose idea it was is unimportant. Are you willing to speak with her?
A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Are you sure you'd rather pursue this over your current exclusive contract with us? Before I contact Ruth, I want to be 110% certain.
Yes, I'm sure I want Auntie's choice and the order to work together.
Fine. I'll initiate a call with Ruth through a secure line in the conference room next door. Let's pick this up there. Don't keep me waiting.
Level 28. Bam. Bam. And then when it comes to once I get to 20 melee, critical hits deal significantly more damage. Critical hits that kill cause the target to explode and deal damage to nearby hostiles. All right. Many of your lies are... I don't lie too much. Additionally, the likelihood that enemies will target you is reduced. I mean... Oh my gosh, I just realized I leveled up from 28 and I'm almost 29. I think it was because, like, the one time I got, like, 8,000 XP. I don't know how much XP I need. Yeah, I guess 8,000 from turning in one of those. I don't know if it was because I had, like, so many of the collectibles. Like, I turned in the strike, and then I automatically did the mental refreshment. So I guess that was, like, 2 missions in one, but, whew, wow. Make sure we save off that. Oh, boy.
I'm just like you. Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Skybox above the line of scrummage. Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business. There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to... Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail. This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Now I see why a neutral third party was needed here.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
I've never failed at anything except physical except physical education. Don't climb that that rope climb.
Auntie, perhaps you should start us off. From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
The most important thing to decide first is who gets control over the archive.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice. What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop. I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
I'm not gonna go with this one. Ruth is right. The Order built the archive. It belongs to them.
Not completely sure you can convince me that Auntie's choice benefits from receiving 0 access to that wondrous little doodad.
9, fuck. It needn't be forever. what's a small sacrifice now for greater gains later?
Oh, kindly enlighten me on precisely what those greater gains would be.
You're a corporate genius, aren't you? You'll figure something out.
Don't allow my carefree demeanor to deceive you, because I will not be made a fool of. Both of you should consider yourselves fortunate I remain so level-headed.
The Order is pleased to accept our mediator's wisdom in this matter.
Yes, the Order can keep their contraption, but the management of skip drives should be under the purview of Auntie's choice. No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous, and a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
And what was the third total? It's control of the archive, management of skips, and then something about the further like Rift development or some shit like that, I think. Or Rift management. I don't know. I'm more so leaning towards Auntie's choice being it, but then that what they said about the monopoly, but I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to Auntie's choice. I disagree. Nothing comes in life for free. Auntie's choice should oversee production.
Exactly right.
As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. We shall allow Auntie's control of the current design. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's Rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner.
Yeah, you're not getting it. I'm with Ruth on this one. The technology like that should be in the hands of the scientists.
I'd be remiss if I didn't note that Auntie's choice also has scientists. Very good ones, in fact.
I am certain your scientists are adequate. But compared to Order minds, it would be foolish to pretend there is any contest.
My scientists don't perpetually dither with profitless theoretical impracticalities. They produce tangible, worthwhile results in short order, or else.
Crazy idea, but maybe the Order and Auntie's choice can share the technology?
A 50-50 split? But that's so equal.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I generally consider anything less than a majority as practically a loss. But fine. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's choice.
That doesn't sound too difficult. Auntie, can you help with that?
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
But it's Auntie's business now, Ruth. You two are working together.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it.
There's no such thing as a true panacea. This drug must have some side effects.
Certainly, but nothing I'm not prepared to suffer.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example.
What are the chances this turns out successful? You must have run the numbers.
That math is confidential, but I have enough reason to believe the outcome will be favorable.
It's your decision, Ruth. If you're prepared to pay the cost, who am I to object?
I did not anticipate needing to fight for my own physical autonomy, but thank you for respecting my choice.
Oh, how it's delightful to me to see you squirm. All right. I'll get you your weird chemicals. I'll even provide you our corporate discount, practically wholesale. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward.
I'm just happy you two were able to reach an agreement at all.
As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider.
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spyreton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. Well done. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spyreton which can deliver our troops into the archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge.
Great news, I'm in possession of a device that temporarily closes rifts.
Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises. but you're proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan.
So, retake Spiraton, infiltrate the archive, unlock the lift. I already did 2 out of 3 of those. Got it. Anything else?
There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more.
In exchange for my help, I want to use the archive to analyze some Rift data I have.
Until the Order has control over the archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Can't believe I just watched peace made between the Order and Auntie's choice. Seems like a dream I'd have after eating too many woolly curds.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
What the fuck?
There you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last.
What the hell?
You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
None. Once you've seen a disembodied head, you've seen them all.
Well, seems there's more to your shrouded past than I'd been led to believe. And here I'd been ready to disclose all. No matter.
Let me guess, you want me to harvest you a new body?
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body.
I sense you're about to have me slaughter a bunch of people again.
I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor.
Are you asking to be mounted on an automech?
Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
One prototype automech body coming up.
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
That's crazy. And what a way to get level 29. What the heck? Jump scared me. And then I think what I'll do with my last bit, I'll just get speech to 10. Just for the hell of it. Oh, the life support. Oh gosh. Okay, let's go.
Let's try this again, Rao. Auntie is bringing the free market to Arcadia. The free market is what allows anyone to choose their path in life. The free market is good.
Free market. Not preposterous. If it were free, anyone.
Let's jump down here. Alright, so I could basically just go to the archive, really, so... Okay, so I guess we can just TP, and I think this is a great place to leave it off. Is there anything gonna happen right when I show up here? No. Okay. So I think here's a great place to leave it off. We have to be nearing the end of the game, as we have been doing most of the side missions. Most of all the side missions, and have completed most of all the side missions, and we're about at that max level, which is usually when the Outer Worlds finishes up. And I'm assuming that what's going to happen here is we're going to gain access to the archive. Once the archive's up and running, whoever we put in charge of it, whether it be Auntie Cleo or the Order, is going to tell us how to stop the rifts. And then we're probably going to go to a one-off planet where the only thing we have to do there is to find a way to stop it. Maybe. I don't know. That's just kind of me going off what the ending of the previous game was. So when we come back, we will be jumping right back into the archive to process the rift data, and we will be figuring out what is the next step in the main story of how to stop the rifts from spreading. Let me see if I can look in the sky and see the rifts. That might be on Praetor, though, because Praetor's closer to the rifts. Yeah, that might be on Praetor, so I can't finish off that way. So I will just finish off looking at this rift. So when we come back, we'll be going to the archive and processing some rift data. But we're going to be doing all that in the next one, and I hope to see you then. Peace.